Usually when we think of somebody who's dropped out from a gang, a lot of people, the first thought that comes to their mind is a place like California. And they think of organizations or prison groups like 2-5 or Northern Riders and all that, or they think about somebody that ended up in debt or somebody that told on somebody or even somebody who had some bad charges. But what about somebody who drops out because somebody within the organization or the gang that they come from is actually no good themselves? Well, after getting a chance to hear this man's story right here, I found it to be quite interesting because right from the rip, he told me that his YouTube channel was called The Dropout. And it kind of made me think of a previous dropout channel in the past called The Ranting Dropout. So I was just like, okay. So I listened to this man's story, and now I'm bringing it to you because you got to hear it because, like I said, man, there's all this gray area, and there's so many different reasons why somebody will leave a gang. A lot of times it's for the reasons that you heard about before. But this story right here, it's pretty crazy, man, and it happens more often than you may think. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce to you my boy from Utah out there. He was a Norteño. Yes, his name is Jeremy McCord. What's cracking, Jeremy?
Not much, bro. Just chilling. Same old, bro. Another day, another dollar.
All right, so you say you dropped out, but the way that you're explaining it to me doesn't really, in my book, doesn't really seem like a dropout. So explain a bit of this to me so that everybody can understand.
All right. So I dropped out because I went to prison, and when you go to prison and you're white in Utah, usually the white boys will get at you and try to test you, you know what I mean? And so, like, for my first 2 weeks in prison, I was fighting these dudes left and right, you know what I mean? And I went to Max, and they tried to get at me because I lived with a Norteño. So I got in my feelings, and I was like, look, if y'all are going to try to get me because I live with this dude, I might as well be part of them. And that's where I came into play and everything. But I did 8 years on a 19-month sentence, and it was all because I tried to be the most loyal, downest person I could possibly be for my hood. And at the end of the day, it didn't get me nowhere, bro. Like, all these guys preach loyalty and loyalty and loyalty, but yeah, at the end of the day, they'll turn on you, bro. And the dude that turned on me is the guy that is the main dude out here in Utah, bro. So once that happens, it's like, what am I fighting for, man? Am I fighting for someone that is disloyal to me, or am I putting my life on the line for a bunch of people that really don't care about my well-being? So I just ended up getting out of prison after my sentence, and I quit messing with them, bro. I didn't debrief. I didn't tell on no one. I just stuck to myself and did my own thing.
So did this journey begin when you were inside the Utah prison system? Did you have that wake up moment when you were in there, or did it happen once you got out?
Well, no, it was right after. So about my 5th year in, because I did 2 4-term sentences, and I was only supposed to go back for a technical violation, and I ended up doing 4 more years. But I caught there's a no coexistence is how they were running it, and this dude came in the section, and 3 of us got at him because, you know what I mean, he told us to whatever, you know. But and I codified the life, and this dude ended up telling on me, bro. Like, the dude that sent the shot tells on me. So after that, I'm like, bro, like, you know what I mean? I tried to have him explain himself, and he didn't have no explanations for what he's done. And so I just kind of quit talking to him. He quit talking to me, and I went to a different section because they ended up moving us all. And I just quit associating with that man, bro. And I just got out. I did like another 3 years on it because I pled it to a 0 to 5. And I did 3 years on it, and I got out, and I just quit talking to him, bro.
Yeah, so basically the dude, it's like one of the main dudes for the Norteño car that's up there in Utah is the guy that told on you pretty much, right?
Absolutely, bro.
Man. So all those extra years, you said you got a 5 to life.
Yes, sir.
For that case. What did it do? I mean, did you like bring this to the attention of the other Norteños that are in there? Did you let them know what was happening? Did you let them read the paperwork?
Yes. Well, I did. So this is what I did. I took the paperwork. I went and showed them because there's only two people at the time that are in connection with the federal system, bro. So, but they're best friends from like day one, bro. Like from the sandbox since they were like 10 years old and shit like that. So I tried to go show him the paperwork. Like, look what this dude did to me, bro. And he tried to sweep it under the carpet, you know, like, oh, we can't be trying to expose people right now. We're already outnumbered. And I'm like, that's besides the fact, bro. The fact is, this is what happened to me. And they just tried to sweep it under the carpet. So I was like, if that's what you guys want to do with it, then I'll just eat it, you know what I mean? And I'll just do my time and get out, you know? That's what I had to do.
Yeah, so there was no like debriefing process. There was no going to a S&Y yard or a PC yard or anything like that.
Absolutely not. I was active the entire time.
Yeah, so like I was telling you, like that really doesn't seem like a dropout situation to me. I mean, I already talked to you. I explained to you what it's interpreted as in like the California system or even in the federal system. But yeah, man, fucking that's pretty crazy that they would do that, you know? That they would just abandon you like that.
But I don't think that's just like a Norte thing. I think that's just gangs in general, bro. Like, that's just how this shit's turning out to be lately. Like, I've seen other people from other hoods in that prison get done so dirty, bro, and it's just not right. Good people, you know?
So tell me a little bit about the Utah prison system, because I don't know if I've really seen too many people that have done time in there on
All right,
any of
so
these
like
shows.
politically, if so say I'm white, but I grew up with Nortes. That's where I kind of got my background. But I'm white. I went out there, and like all the white boys will try to hit you up at first when you go out there, like, "What's up, Wood?" You know. But me, I didn't grow up on that tip, so I was like, "Look, man, don't try to come at me like that. Like, I'm not. I don't think I'm a white supremacist. I'm not racist like that. Like, you know what I mean? Don't come at me like that." And I literally, for my first 2 weeks, I fought nothing but like all their little probates they'd throw at me, like trying to, you know what I mean, test me and test me. After a while, they just gave up, bro, and they just let me do my thing. And shortly after that, I caught a fight and I went to Max, and that's when I was living with that Norteño.
Yeah, so that's something that pretty much started on the streets. Like you were running with them on the streets, and
Yeah. So like when I got put on, I knew all of them, you know, like I was like, "Oh, what's up, bro? What's up, man?" Like we all grew up together. So it wasn't like something that was new.
oh, I see. Okay. So what kind of like what is the setup in a Utah prison system look like? Do they have like a GP and a PC yard, or is it just like you're just on your own if you got problems, or you know, how does that shit work?
Well, it just depends. So like you always hear about the Superman card, like you can sign whatever and hit the yard if you want to, you know. But out there, if you go, you'll do like R&O for 8 weeks, and then. But this was 10 years ago. It's different now. But like if you fish in a prison, pretty much you'll just do R&O, and then they'll just throw you in junior population if you don't have anything wrong with you, like if you're in a rat or something like that. They'll just throw you in GP, and then if you're just like some single white dude that's in there for drugs, like he just does his own thing, you know. And you don't have to be tipped up out there. Like there's a lot of the blacks out there, the Bloods, bro, are the only ones that actually like push the whole race card. Like there's nothing but white Crips. There's like I'd say 55-60% of the Crips out there are white.
Damn.
But yeah, so we got general population. If you PC up, they usually just throw you in max, and you just stay in a cell for the rest of your time. Like they don't have a Pacific yard out there. You just end up doing max time.
So that probably discourages a lot of people to want to just, you know, walk off the yard or check in, right?
Yeah, it's because it's like, all right, so if you want to just drop out, like for the same reasons I did, like I would have had to go to like, so they would have moved me sections. I would have been labeled no good. They would have tried to come and talk to me. And if you don't debrief, which like if you tell them like, look, bro, I don't want none of the problems, and they're just gonna tell you like pretty much like if you don't give us some kind of information, then like we're just gonna put you back in your cell. And then you know what I mean? That's just like it's crazy. So people go out there and they're like good people just trying to change their life, but yet they get stuck in max where they can't have their TV, their hot pot, they can't have anything. They're stuck in max PC, and they got 20-year biz to do, bro.
20 years, day to day, day by day.
Yeah, like
by week, month by month, just looking at nothing but the wall. Man, that's got to be the fucking worst kind of existence that you can have. I think I'd rather just die. You know what I mean? Be perfectly honest with you,
absolutely.
because
Absolutely.
I've been in like ad segs and shoe programs and stuff where you don't have anything at all. And a couple months goes by, 2, 3, 4 months goes by. It just, man, them walls start coming in on you because it's pretty much,
Absolutely.
that's all it is. So you got sureños that are out there as well, right?
Absolutely.
Do they outnumber the norteños in there?
Bro, 20-1, bro.
Really?
If not more. Because now, like we were talking earlier about the other hood that kind of tries to ride under the 13, you know, so like you got literally like 4 different sets all banging on the Nortes, bro. So they're so outnumbered, it's not even funny.
So then you got that gang that's up there too. It's called Ogden 13, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah, we got 'em.
but they're typically not sureños because when they come into the federal system, they get smashed.
Yep.
Matter of fact, there was a dude from Ogden that came to the federal joint that I was at, and they basically just kicked his ass into the pavement. You know, smashed him up really good. Got rid of him.
Yep.
You said you
And
heard about that one, right?
yeah, I heard about that one. So I ain't gonna drop no names, but I personally know the 2 guys that were in that incident, and one ended up watching his homie get done dirty and took off running, bro, and the other dude just got smashed out. And that was in Florence.
Yeah.
Because it's a small city here, so everyone hears about everything, bro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say no names either, but let me just say I know exactly who did that, who carried that out, who gave that order, everything, man. Because I was there, you know, I was there when that happened, and it wasn't pretty, man. Actually, we got locked down for a minute over that.
Yeah. Well, they found out it ain't a game, bro.
No, it's not. You know, I mean, and they thought they were all good for some reason. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but um, they thought that everything was all good. And they even made it seem like it was all good, and they just basically was like, all right, yeah, and then they went and got word that, you know, you gotta handle that business. So they handled it, got them out of there. Them cats, I mean, they can't walk anywhere where the homies are at, from what I understand, in the feds. But
Right. Right now, they're like, I don't know how they run it like on the yard, because California, honestly, kind of, they're like the motherland of gangs, bro. So they're kind of like entitled to do their own thing, bro. But like, I don't know. It's just crazy. They get done dirty like out here by almost no hood respects them really out here. Like that's what I feel like.
now the Utah prison system, do they model that after the California prison system as far as politics and everything is concerned?
No, so like I know in California, like I can't speak for other hoods because I don't know their politics, but like for the Nortes, bro, like they run off federal like word, you know what I mean? So like whatever the feds tell them to do. So like a California yard, there's like sometimes it's not like as like no coexistence don't exist up there. Like there's gonna be prisons where like they can get at each other, you know what I mean? Because they can live around each other. But in Utah, like if you're a Sereno and you go into the prison, they're gonna throw you on an A day. And if you're a Norteño, they're gonna throw you on a B day, and they're not gonna let you guys mesh. But as of last time I checked, the A and B day is off, and they say a lot of the Norteños don't even bang anymore because they're getting slaughtered out there, bro. They're too outnumbered, trying to take on too many sets, bro, and just got done in.
So you got the state of Utah tattooed on your eye, I see.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People sleep on Utah, man.
Yeah. Does it go hard in them prisons though?
Bro, like, all right, so when I caught my case 2 weeks prior to this, like these Crips ended up stabbing the Ogden and he died, bro. Like I literally like watched him bleed out like from his neck, and I was like, oh shit, you know, because it was on an A day and we were locked down on a B day, but it happened in the section, you know. So like that happened, and then the situation I got into, oh boy, almost died too. So like they had to like like bring him back, you know.
Resuscitate
So
them?
yeah, resuscitate him. So that happened, and it was cracking for a while, for like a good year. Like there was so many like crazy ass fights going on, but now it's kind of calm now, I hear.
And you have that Notorious guy that was in there too, that white supremacist that was
Troy Kell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually lived around that dude, man.
What's he like?
So he's actually a really humble dude, and he's not racist like everyone thinks he is, bro. He was just, I don't know, like the dude he was living with, like had him thinking some other shit, and that's why they did what they did. But like Troy Kell's actually a really nice, like pretty humble man, bro.
He's still in there, right?
Yeah. So when I caught my case, they sent me to Uena 1, which is the hole, and they like spit bag you and dog leash you when they take you to the shower. And that's where they had him housed, so that's how I ended up running into him.
Now, Troy Kell, is that the one with all the tattoos on his face?
No, that's you're talking about Curtis Algar.
Yeah, that guy too.
Yeah, dude, that dude's a trip, bro.
What
I've never met him, but
what happened to him?
so he tried to get on. He got on. I think it was prison. What was it? Prison, whatever the prison YouTube is, or not YouTube, but the channel. And he started saying, "Oh, I'm the real white boy out here. All these dudes are fake, and they're lames, and they ain't really real woods." And so all the dudes from the prison heard that, and they're like, "All right, bet, bro." So he went, like, they tried to send him to the yard, and he was just getting done in, bro. So they just had him like super PC.
So he's still in there pretty much PC'd up because he killed a cop. He got away and killed a cop.
Yep.
So they didn't
He's
put him
actually,
on.
I hear he's on. My bad for.
No,
talking
go
over
ahead.
you. He's actually. I heard he's in Idaho right now because he was getting like even the cops were fucking with him. So he's in. He's in Idaho. I heard he transferred.
Yeah, that dude was a trip, man. Fucking. The one thing though that I do know about Utah, maybe you can confirm this because I don't want to misspeak, but it's actually a death penalty option you have there as a firing squad.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Yeah, so they have, I think the only two ways they'll take you is lethal injection or firing squad, but you have to choose firing squad.
You have to choose it.
Yeah, like you have to be like, I want the firing squad over lethal injection, and then they'll give it to you. But like most people just take lethal injection.
I don't know, man. Firing squad seems like it's a more gangster way to go out if you think about it.
Yeah, you ain't lying, bro.
But yeah, that's the only state in this country that has a firing squad, from what I understand. I mean, there may be another one, but I think Utah is the only state that it still has a firing squad. Because like California never had the electric chair. California had the gas chamber, and then they got lethal injection. But I think they got rid of the gas chamber, from what I understand.
Yep,
That was a horrible way to die.
Oh man, I couldn't even imagine.
It was bad, man.
Well, that's why you got a lot of overdoses, because you got all these lifers that are like, man, I ain't gonna do 50 years, so they go front a gram and just do their thing. And
yeah, I used to say once upon a time in California, I said, you know what? They should just give the lifers the opportunity to just, lethal injection just to get out of that life sentence. But now they're starting to let all these lifers out. So I guess my bad, man. If they would have listened to my proposal and shit, a lot of them dudes would have never got out. They'd have been dead, But I mean, I just said that. I always told them, I'm like, if I had a life sentence, I don't know, man. I don't know how. I don't know. But I guess it's just like you just think these things until it actually happens, and then you just got to deal with it, man. Your survival instinct kicks in.
yeah, at the end of the day, no one's trying to die, bro.
Yeah. So what do you do? What are you doing with your life nowadays?
So I was working a job making $18 an hour, man, but this whole coronavirus thing, and I ended up getting sick, so I ended up losing my job. But I've just been trying to expand on social media and do my thing like that, man.
Did you get coronavirus?
No, I didn't get it, but what happened is someone at my work lied and said they got it, so they had to go test all of us. So we all went and got tested, and then like it was kind of slow for a few weeks. And then when I went back to work, I ended up getting a stomach ulcer, and I was like throwing up blood at work. And he pretty much told me like, I don't care how sick you are, you have to come in tomorrow. And I was like, whatever, then bro, I'm good. And I just went to the hospital.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, my company, I don't tell anybody where I work, but my company is just like, you know, they're pretty on your side when it comes to a lot of that, because I've been out of work for fucking 2 months now, man, for a surgery. I had a double hernia going on, and it was a rough recovery, but the kind of work that I do, it requires a lot of heavy lifting and stuff, so I have to make sure that I'm like 100% healed. You know, I do like physical therapy, change my diet and everything, getting ready to go back in, because about 2 weeks, you know, I'm back to work. So,
I miss working, man, because like I'm a felon with face tattoos, you know. So like when I do land a job, I put my heart and soul in it and try to be the best I can, you know.
Yeah, more people need to be that way, man. A lot of these dudes, you know, I listen to them, they're like, oh, I can't get a job because I'm a felon. Well, no, you can't get a job because you don't want a job. Simple as that.
Absolutely.
You know, just because everything doesn't come as fast as you want it to. It's like I tell people, I started out washing dishes, man. I started out working in a restaurant and all, and then now, I mean, I'm making good money doing what I'm doing now. So,
Yeah, man.
but so
You
what
know,
is it that you're doing on social media?
well, I do TikTok, so like I would say about a couple months ago, I made a couple like prison stories on TikTok just to see what would happen, and they blew up, man. I gained over 100,000 followers within like the first month, and so I just been going live on there and posting videos and trying to start my YouTube up more. That's about it, man.
So what is does TikTok, do they pay you?
So it's crazy. So you know how you get donations? They'll take 65% of it, right? But a lot of people just Cash App you and Venmo if they really feel what you're talking about and they really like your content, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's about your best bet.
So then you also got a YouTube channel. It's called The Dropout, right?
Yes, sir.
So what kind of feedback do you get on that one, man? I bet I can imagine it's not too good.
Well, you got a couple trolls here and there, you know, but like a lot of the people that watch my channel are people that got sent over from TikTok. So a lot of my comments are like, "Much love, brother. I appreciate you, man. Like you're the best." Because I actually like talk to my followers, and I've talked to a couple people out of suicides that they felt like I've done a lot of good, you know. So I just tried to spread positivity, brother, and just tell my story, trying to be heard, you know.
That's an awesome thing, man. It's yeah, it's rare. It's rare that you know, somebody can get out there and communicate with some people, because you know, a lot of people, you know, it's easier said than done to run a YouTube channel as opposed to actually being, you know, a positive voice or an influence in somebody's head, especially to get out of a suicide. I've had to deal with a couple of those myself, you know.
Yeah, but it makes you feel good as a person trying to help someone out, you know.
Yeah. But what is it? Does it change for some of these people once they hear the story of what it means for you to be a dropout? Does it change? Because even still to this day, like, I mean, you can call yourself a dropout, but I don't really look at it like that, you know, because and then that would mean that any of us that, you know, we're hardcore gangbanging and whatnot are now not gangbanging anymore. We're just doing something positive with our
Yeah.
lives. I mean, we could all basically say the same thing as that we dropped out, but I
Yeah, I
mean,
get that, but the difference for me is those like you have homies that you can turn your back to. Like, what's up? You guys known each other forever and you're still cool. Like, them dudes don't like me now because they feel like I disrespected their cause. But little do they know is like I got disrespected by the cause, bro. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm doing my thing. Like, so that's why I consider myself a dropout. But I appreciate your words, man.
so let me ask you this: if that dude never would have told on you, what would be your stand? Would you still basically, you would still be saying that you're a Norteño or what?
Yeah, I'd probably honestly like I probably would have been in prison right now, getting into some shit and fucking my life up still. So I don't take it as a bad thing. Like he actually kind of did me a favor, man. But he exposed himself, and I don't want to associate myself with someone like that, bro. I don't care how long we banged for, or how long I've known you for, or how much you put me on, bro. Like after that, it's you. All you gotta do is expose yourself one time to me, and I'm good, bro. Like there's no second chances. There's no I'm sorry, bro. It's like nah, bro.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you considering the circumstances. I mean, shit, if all my homies told on me, man, I wouldn't want to have nothing to do with that at all. I'm just keeping it real. You know, it's just
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
people can say whatever they want, man. The one thing that I don't do is I don't sugarcoat shit, you know, and I've never had an experience like that. So, you know, for me to like turn my back on everything that I like went hard for so long would be the only way I'd see is like not really turning my back on him, but just basically growing up and
Yeah.
changing and going on a different direction because I knew it, man. Like when I was in there, I told him, man, I said, you know, all this, it doesn't get me nowhere to be all in the thick of everything like that, man. I mean, I'm older now. You got all these kids, let them do all that shit, you know? It's
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
yeah, I put in my time, put in my hours, and now I'm just all about trying to change the world from a very arrogant, sarcastic point of view, you know?
And that's why I fuck with you, man. That's why I fuck with you, homie.
Absolutely. So what are your plans for the future and everything?
Well, I got a baby on the way, man. My girlfriend's 15 weeks pregnant, so I'm just gonna do my best to get a decent job back, and I'm just gonna grind my ass off and do my YouTube and my TikTok and just try to do my best, man, as a man.
Well, keep doing it. You're young. You know what I mean? You got the look for it and stuff like that. Like I said, a lot of these people, they look for the optics. You know what I mean? You check all the boxes for the optics and you know how to speak. Keep doing it, man. Keep following your dreams and you know, take it even one step further, man. Get out and or stay out there and you know, talk to some of these kids, man. Maybe you can stop them from making a horrible mistake and getting involved in all the bullshit, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I won't keep too much of your time going, but I mean, is there anything else you would like to add? Anything at all?
No, I just want to say I appreciate you guys, and for whoever's viewing this, like, it ain't about what hood you used to be from or you are from. Like, I'm just a man at the end of the day, and if you guys want to check out my channel, you can. I'd appreciate it. But I just want to say thank you to everyone viewing this, and especially to JD for giving me the chance to be on his channel, man, and my boy Griefer for exposing me to who you actually are, you know. So I just want to say thank you to him too, man.
Yeah, shout out to Griefer, man. Let him know
Absolutely.
he's seeing this video right here, giving him a shout out.
Absolutely.
So how do my viewers how do they find you on TikTok?
Just Burner 420, Burner with a E, so BERNER 420. That's my TikTok.
Burner 420. I wonder what that means.
Man, well, so my name, I used to go by Burner, you know, like a lot of people still call me Burner, and 420 is my thing, man.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, one last thing I want to talk to you about. I guess they're trying to ban TikTok in the US. So what are your thoughts on that?
um, I don't think, I wouldn't be surprised if it's really a spy app, because there's probably some truth to that. But at the end of the day, everything's spying on us. So if Trump really wants to, he can get whatever he wants done, and that we can't do anything about it. But I don't know. I think it might. I think it's 50-50, homie. Really.
Yeah, that'll last all the way up until when they elect the hair sniffer for president.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Yeah, hair sniffer Joe Biden. You know what I mean? The guy likes. Just don't take your kids to the White House when he's in there, man. Unless you want to traumatize them forever.
Well, wasn't he like bleeding from the eye while he's doing a speech?
He's all kinds of. It's
He won't be
people.
around too
People
much
must
longer.
really like. I don't get it. It's to me. It's like I don't really support either one of them. Just because, just not my way. And but at the end of the day, man, it's just like I don't understand him at all. I just don't understand him.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like they pushed him out there because they knew he was going to win, But yet he's so fucking out of his mind and just consumed with dementia and everything else that, like, that's why they don't want him to debate, man. They don't want him to debate because they know he's going to get eaten alive.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he's just a sure thing kind of a win because he's so popular. So that's why they put him. They knew that all the rest of them that were in there probably couldn't beat Trump, but they knew for a fact that this guy, and they don't like Bernie. The establishment don't like Bernie, and that's why I like Bernie Sanders, because I like anybody the elites don't like.
Yeah.
That's just the way I roll.
That just means they're real, bro. That's all that means.
Exactly what that means. Exactly what that means. All right, my man. Well, I'm going to let you get back to your day. If you got any, you gave all your closing thoughts out, but I look forward to seeing your progress. I look forward to seeing you grow, and I'll be checking out your channel. For all yous out there that are also watching this, go check out his channel. It's called The Dropout, and he'll explain to you his whole story. Well, you already heard it right here, and you already know what it is. Prison Break Raw, uncut, uncensored, no holds barred, non-sugarcoat, non-politically correct, all up in your face, slapping them with that. What are we slapping them with?
Realness.
Slapping them with that dick of reality. And we out.